because we have to make this balance scorecard for your choice of company next week and make a presentation. Now, it's been around maximum 25 years. Maximum. Now, the implementation is maximum 25 years. Now, the idea has been around for many years, 1960s. Ramsey's writer, human organizations. See, people spend a lot of time how effectively run their organization. Not before, well, you go back to, let's say, 18th century. And when we get to that part, we'll think about consensus coming out of this discussion with graph. Well, it's not that consensus, but everybody is using that model, so we'll try to connect that model with a balance scorecard. Major idea here. The reason why balance scorecard is a subject, or accounting subject, is because of this. I mean, it could be strategy, business strategy class, MIS class, management class, easily management class. But why balance scorecard is taught, discussed, and designed in accounting class is because of this. Financial measures for insufficient for modern business. In other words, if you evaluate a performance by financial numbers, annual report, this is way too late to improve anything that happened in the past. In other words, by the time you find out ROA or 10%, everything has been done. And we know all the problems of financial measures. You know, they just distort, adding up, shift, manage, you know, borrowing income from future periods, all these problems. This has a limitation. That's why idea was born earlier, and first time a consultant in 1996, Kaplan, Norton, that article just gave theoretical justification for all this balance scorecard implementation. So today we'll take a look at concept of each component of balance scorecard, examples, how we design, what will be the important aspect of each area, and perspective for different perspectives. Each different perspective will take different form in terms of implementation. So that will be okay. Now, what is a balance scorecard? It is a management tool. It's a management accounting. So, management tool. Balance scorecard management tool. Stakeholder with a comprehensive measure. It's not only one way. Financial. It has usually we have been exclusively using financial numbers to decide what you got raised, you got promotion, you got fired. Only financial measures. And we'll find out why that is a problem. What's wrong with using financial numbers? Because everybody participates in a operation. At the end of the year, you have a result, operating result. How much money I made, how much money I lost. What's wrong with this? Well, there's a serious problem. This is nothing but lagging, trailing. We say trailing. It's way too late to fix something. So how organization is progressing for the achievement of this strategic goal? Yes, strategic goal. And at the end of the discussion, I hope I can show you some example of a strategic goal tailored with balance scorecard. So it is on a comprehensive measure. Comprehensive. It's not only one aspect. Oh, we have to focus on customer side because they were not happy, and rivals are doing this promotion and this. We have to do something for customer side, a internal process, financial, learning and growth for the employees. You have to look at all four aspects of operation. That's why we say it is a comprehensive measure. If I compare this balance scorecard with I would say this is a long story book, interesting long story book. In other words, we don't know the outcome of this, and every event is leading to that's the outcome of that novel, and that is this, exactly this. It's not wishing list. Management saying number one, increase ROA. Number two, reduce turnover. Number three, reduce defect item. It's not management wishing list. And usually, what they misunderstood is this. Oh, this is another controlling mechanism where they control the employee to get maximum out of their effort. Nothing. If you design a balance scorecard that way, it is destined to fail. I guarantee. Unless you have a consensus among four participants, it's not going to work. Because we'll see how this has to work in order to and strategic and operational tools. Strategic and operational. See, some strategy is too big and abstract. You can't make any operational term. In other words, this strategy must be translated into operational terms. Otherwise, the pure abstract strategy frustrates people. Oh, that's good to talk about in the meeting. But how are you going to implement that? If you don't provide that, your employee will be frustrated and balance scorecard will be failed. So, question is how you link this with this. Link. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, that's nice. But how are you going to implement that? And it has to be in unambiguous language. Otherwise, they're not going to buy into this document. Owned by top executive, shared by everyone. This is a must. This is a must. If you don't have a willing on the part of employee, you can't implement this. And you can see at the end. You can see at the end why that is. It's not just one aspect of operation where the managers can instruct and they move them to their goal. No, it's not. It has to be balanced among different parts of the corporation. So, in order to achieve this, it has to be balanced scorecard should be balanced between long, short term. Some companies say long, near term, and short term. Long term, near term, short term. Very sophisticated company like high tech. They don't have long term. I mean, if rival comes with a brand new model, you lose your market share. So instead of long and short term, some companies use near term and short term. Near term means 2 to 3 years. Short term, less than a year. Every 6 months, they come up with a brand new model. A long term, we say 4 or 5 years, 2 to 3, less than 1 year. That range. Again, it depends on the industry you are in. I mean, we can simply say, okay, this is a short one, long term. Short term for one company like brick and mortar, a conventional manufacturing company could be a long term for a high tech and a startup company. Hard and soft measures, not flexible. You print out, everybody agree to. You gave range. It is acceptable this range. depending upon this strategic and operational goal, you should make a balance between hard and soft measures. More importantly, leading and training. We'll spend another few slides on these factors, because the most confusing part of balance scorecard is leading and training indicators. Leading is this: we have to train employee at least 20 hours per year. What happens next? Productivity increase, sales goes up, profit goes up. So this training will lead these factors down the road, as opposed to lagging or training. Financial measures. Oh, this happened. 5% increase in sales at the end of the loop. So combination of leading and training. You can't just have a leading without a lagging. The other way around too. You can have nothing but a lagging without a leading, because in order to get maximum output, you have to make a fine balance between this and this. Internal and external perspective. Employee, training, internal process, customers, marketing channels. You have to make a fine balance between these two. And there are many other items here. There are many other items. You have to make a balance, and we'll talk about that. And major balance item you have to watch out when you design balance scorecard is this. Every component for different perspective, you have to think about this when you set the target, objective. See, not the within. This is a very important. This is a living document. You have, in other words, it should be moving along with changes in the organization. In other words, if you issue this balance scorecard, this is balance scorecard for us for next 2 years, next 1 year. You have to make change as you go going along, because otherwise you are not going to get full participation from the employees, and if you keep that way, that will increase employee turnover dissatisfaction, which is the internal learning and growth perspective, and that will demoralize the employees and reduce your productivity, and at the end of the loop, the financial numbers will be down. That way. Measure support changes. This is the, in order to have a positive changes, not a one more thing on monitoring device. This is a misconception the management must deal with in part of managing employees, because they keep saying, oh, how many reports I have to write because of this? I mean, why we have a plan and it has been working fine. Why all of a sudden we are adopting this brand new concept, which is not easy to understand for the first time? How many of your company are adopting BSC as of today? Balance scorecard. You do?
I feel like ours have, because basically they everything chooses cost, like employee and service, so and like we have goals that every employee gets evaluation every year, and like and that evaluation kind of executives get together and they set up the goal, and like towards that goal they do that evaluation and stuff like that. So, and also they do the same with customer service and like activities, and like they rate, looking at by the employee, it's like they rate more how you communicate, how flexibility, flexibility and stuff like that.
So service company, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, service company. Sounds like a service company balance scorecard. Yes. Customer part and employee part should be emphasized, because we do have many things we deal with. Here we talk about service, not not-for-profit, manufacturing, balance scorecard, and you can adopt these to accounting firm. You can adopt these to major manufacturing, utility, government, university, wherever you work. Rutgers has one of the most comprehensive balance scorecard and strategic plan. The president came in 2 years ago and spent a couple of years, first 2 years, and now this is the document we have to live by. You know? Every member of Rutgers. Any other balance scorecard in your company?
We've had one. Our company's kind of manufacturing, but we are getting into more service. So the way that ours is structured is by business line, and I guess they probably roll up at the corporate level, but ours, like we're in a certain business unit, and then we're the finance and business operations part. So we have like a specific scorecard that we use, and I think what they do is you know, the corporate, we kind of get a piece of that. So ours are really focused on kind of metrics, reading deliverables, clear and concise reporting, things like that kind of, I guess, up the management chain. And saying obviously, you know, accurate estimates, and you know, your estimate was accurate, conforms to what your estimate was, and risk and opportunities, you know, clarified and stuff like that. So.
See, this balance scorecard doesn't have to be at corporate level, divisional level. Each division has their own balance scorecard, and we'll talk about that in diagram later on. It is flexible, and you can modify comprehensive balance scorecard depending upon your needs. So that absolutely not a new idea. It's a process, about the process, not a written document. And it's a process, not an end. It's a process for internal politics. Well, they agree to it. Everybody goes by the one rule. There is no bickering over, fight over the budget. Once they agree to this overall balance budget measure, then you have plenty for internal politics. Minimum. I wouldn't say nothing, but on initiative of accounting, finance. See, accounting and finance. This is a financial perspective. Accounting and finance, controller's office and CFO office, they can do balance of human resources, employee part, learning and growth part, marketing, customer part, customer related balance scorecard, process, management information system, process, internal process part. So this can be initiative of any corner of this organization. Financials, employee, marketing, customers, internal process. It can be initiative of any of these departments. Once again, the reason why I'm sure you read the Stanley Kaplan of the interview with the FNC chairman and Kaplan and Norton papers. It has to be flexible, but it has to be living. It has to be living document describing processes of the company in order to achieve overall strategic goals. That is the definition of this whole exercise. So far, it is true. There are many ideas of strategic implementation of the objective, but so far, this has been the most powerful and effective tool. Yes, you have to understand many different parts of the organization, but that's the top management's job anyway. Once you implement that, if they say, I will show you some outcome quotation from some CEOs, how effective balance scorecard was for their company. To achieve strategic objectives, this is the single most important goal of the balance scorecard. In other words, yeah, we are working hard to make a profit for shareholders. I mean, that has been our goal for the last 50 years. What's wrong with the working hard to achieve there? Well, in order to achieve this goal, they didn't realize they have millions of waste in the process. After they implemented that on scorecard, they saved $2 million, $3 million for one division because they are eliminating unnecessary parts. They design all this and they find out source document is heading to every direction and they don't need it. They keep it and make a file, but then they don't need it. Production of this, employee generating the source document, but that is not used in many, 7 copies, 3 copies, they don't need it. So the strategic objective, how efficiently, not how effectively, how efficiently they achieve it. Well, as long as you achieve a strategic goal, you say, well, that's effective. You're very effective, but that's not enough. Not only you are achieving that goal, you have to be very efficient, saving money and delivering value to the shareholders and stakeholders. That's the idea. Pure resources. Pure resources. Cutting out all the waste. Non-value added effort. See, one of the instances, when they implement this balance scorecard, they find out that the warehouse function, they were receiving a number of raw material without checking inside the content. In other words, in order to reduce defect percentage at the end of the process, they must make sure the quality of the raw material inventory, and they find out problem that warehouse club didn't just check the box, number of boxes. When they do random sampling, they find out 5% of the raw material can be used in a manufacturing process. After they implement the random sampling of this raw material inventory, they reduce error rate, they reduce the defect merchandise, and they increase customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction over the long run, increase in profit, and that's the end result of one of the unintended benefit of balanced scorecard implementation. And that's a serious. I mean, if you put into raw material from the beginning, assembly line, you sure you have defect merchandise at the end. Getting rid of that defect raw material is very important item. And that's the only one item. But can you imagine those the benefits coming from balanced scorecard in 4 different aspects of the perspective? Customer priority and expectation with the customer. See, this goal alignment is everywhere. See, when you have a goal alignment, this is not only here. We talk about goal alignment in everywhere here. Goal alignment here. When you have goal alignment with your employee, they feel like they are partial owners of this corporation, and they proactively participate in a company operation. They intentionally save, and they are conscientious in using company resources, and that's why they are giving what? Stock options, stock appreciation rate. Why stock option? Well, stock option is this. The CEO, top management, and this is the employee. They don't have much of goal alignment. They don't have goal alignment. Why? CEO, they have 1 year or 2 year, few years of appointment. their idea, make a paper profit, moving on to another company with the stock option, more stock option. Employee, therefore, they don't share a CEO-employee much of a overlap idea. That's why if you design compensation or any other strategy goal so that it includes more of a overlap idea, and one of the mechanisms where they used was a stock option. In order to align company objective with a employee. So you have 1,000 options. You are now owners of the corporation. If you do well, stock price will go up. When you exercise this, after 2 years, you will make money. So you and I in the same boat. And here too, if you improve the process, the benefit will go back to you, not only for the company and CEO. Employee who improve the process will get the lion's share of the benefit. The first company which used that incentive was Toyota Automobile. One of the reasons why they have this one of the most reliable automobile together with the Subaru. Subaru is also a good car. And is whenever employee improve a design, a process, and adopted by the team, the person will get promotion and bonus. Promotion and bonus. Because if their idea is adopted, that's why if you drive Toyota and any Japanese car, I can see the difference. My first car was Ford, flawless. Until this teenager hit my the parking lot. I drove more than 10 years, not a single instant. See, this is the thing. The company objective, employee goal is online. They are online. Instead of this narrow, now you have, the more alignment you have, more successful your operation will be because you are in the same boat. CEO is thinking about moving on to another company with a big paper growth on its management, and then employees not sure about their future of the company, their employment. They are looking elsewhere. They are not going to. That's why this is to track progress. To track progress. How well we are doing. In what stage we are doing. This is really. When you wait at the end of the period, it might be too late to go back and change. So while implementing this balance scorecard, it's important to track your progress. A process changes, continuous improvement. That is important. The end result of this is a continuous improvement. They keep saying, wherever you go, you say, oh, going back to loop. You look at the loop and improve continuously. Make sure you have a continuous improvement. You don't make the same mistake. Every time you turn around, you improve the process. Continuous improvement. Accountability. This part, employees advice. Accountability. What went wrong with that warehouse example? On the manual, warehouse clock supposed to down check a X number of boxes from each truck. He didn't do that. He just sent them out to the manufacturing plant, and that's why they have that much of a defect and much of BSC. Oh, good problem. BSC. If you design very well, implement, balance scorecard is code. So, it's idea, still a theory. We are still talking about theory. Just 9 days, send their lab. This is the lab. Able to redirect 190,000 savings, dropping initiative that didn't fit well. In other words, in order to achieve that objective, they didn't need this. They were wasting this much money. They get there for sure, but with less $190,000 less of resources. Management forced management to focus beyond financial measures, of course, because this is a lagging measure, trading. For PE, there are two price earning ratio, but this will be more easy to there are two PE ratios, trading, forward looking. This is a leading, and this is a lagging. PE, earnings, see here, you have this is earning, this is the price, $10 per share, and you produce earning here, right? Earning X1, earning X2. Price over earnings per share here, trading, lagging. Price, earnings per share next period, forward, leading. This financial measure, in order to use financial measure, this has to be trailing, lagging. Too late. You continuous improvement means, yes, you need a trailing, but you need a forward-looking design and implementation. That's why we say combination of trailing and leading, lagging and leading. Improved our data analysis, we don't overreact nearly as much as we used to here. Data analysis. Big change for accounting. The other day, I say is sustainability, and Michael shared the now. Today, this morning, I learned independent CPA, Big Four accounting firm making another money by reporting opinion on sustainability report. They are not required to, as far as I know. They are required to report independent CPA report on financial statement, which is and internal control. Now they are making another money on report on sustainability report. Huge up. I'm sure they charge a lot of money for that. And this is a voluntary. Good research topic will be who wants to do that, who doesn't want to do that. You know, which company is doing that. And that's it. The other one is data analytics. Data is driving. Big data is changing people coming from. How? When I visit Comcast head office in Philadelphia, they brand new the glass structure. It was one of the most advanced brand new buildings in downtown Philly. Vice President for tax simply told us, we are sitting on way too much data, we just don't know what to do. If we understand this data we have, she knows she can save millions and millions of taxes for Comcast. They are asking us to design master of taxation program to focus on big data. So what we promise is we will include a solid course on big data. MIS faculty teaching the half, tax before partner is teaching the other half, how we use data analysis to get information that we want. And that will drive this industry. Big data, which now Rutgers is way behind, but if you go to Rochester and Texas, Washington, Minnesota, they introduce over the last 2 years. They introduce master of data analysis. They do nothing but analyzing data, statistics, computing, management information system, all combined. They are recording, and there's a huge demand for those guys. So I would say this, yes, sustainability, yes, it's been around few more years than data analytics, but data analytics will drive this industry, not only this industry. I think I can see how law profession can use big data. Probability of lawsuit, area of lawsuit. I mean, using big data, they can exactly forecast potential area of revenue sources. Good. You don't have to commit yourself to learn big data. Webinar is everywhere. The American Accounting Association has one. I'm sure at MIS Association, every business conference will have the section on data analytics. See, we need to know a lot of other things, what's going on outside. Otherwise, just lagging behind. This big data is for sure. I mean, this is driving not only accounting profession, but strategy. Focused organization is the mission, what we do, reason, what we aspire to be, reason, how we get, strategy, how we accomplish our goal, how we get there, see how we accomplish our goal, indicators of progress. In other words, when we go from to here, how we measure how successful we are in terms of achieving our aim is getting there. And how we know, how we measure this, how we design this, balanced scorecard. Rocker's president is a medical doctor, but he understands this much better than anybody else. He studied by himself. And when he talks in front of the whole faculty and staff and students, he knows what he's talking about. Strategy goal, why we measure this way, why we this way. When you go to Rocker's website, you have a thick document. You can download strategy. And a indicators of progress. Every year we have to report to it. Well, in more, let's combine all in all so far. This is the outside environmental scan. And you know this is a SWOT, right? SWOT. This is SWOT, and they are adding now C, challenge. In addition to opportunity and threat, they are adding a challenge. So SWOT, -C. And then you go down to your a company level, and you have a mission and vision that we only just prior slide, mission and vision. And here, in order to achieve mission and realize the vision, here strategic issues, strategic priority, objective is it's big. I know it's big. See, so all the human behavior scientists, organizational behavior scientists, over the years try to describe any form in the most simple but powerful way. One consensus came out about 25, 30 years ago by this gentleman in McGill University. It is still widely used. And the idea here is, let's see how we combine. I think we have to find out. I don't have the answer. I think we have to find out this graph with this one. According to Professor Lynchburg, description of any company is like this. I'm sure some of you saw this in other classes. Here, this is a CEO. He described, by the way, mother name is five. And since we are dealing with a company or any other organization, it doesn't have to be company. I mean, it can be hospital, it can be university, it can be accounting firm, anything. Strategic, Apex, CEO, top management. Top management, strategic Apex. They are scanning their outside environment. Oh, this Congress is about to pass this law. We need big trouble. It might take a year or two. Let's get proactive to avoid environmental scan. That's their job. Strategic Apex. Middle line manager take order from strategic Apex, and they deliver this order to operating core. Operating core is employee who execute day-to-day work. See, if you look at balance scorecard and design and this graph, you have to think about which part deals with mission and vision, which part deals with a execution, which part has to use different balanced scorecard design. And here, according to technical, lawyers, engineers, legal counsel, and other staff, supporting staff. So you can design balanced scorecard for this. You can design balanced scorecard for this supporting staff, but you can have overall a balanced scorecard covering a command line, strategic Apex, CEO, CFO, and middle line and operating core. Somehow, when you design your balanced scorecard next week, try to think about how you combine this with this. How best we implement balance scorecard given this description. I'm not saying this is the description of the company. This is the most commonly accepted model 5, Lipscope model 5. This is five components. Lipscope model 5 can be effectively blended with this strategic impact. I know it's a challenge, but now since this is we are dealing with the employees and all parts of the stakeholders, it's not mathematical formula. It's an art. It's far from being science. That's why it is very tricky. It's very tricky. You know how they behave, engineers and lawyers. Their behavior is quite different from here. I think this works best for manufacturing plant. And manufacturing plant has a very clear vision and mission, strategic priorities and issues, and objective, initiative, and evaluation. All this, think about it. I'm not saying you have to include, but if you blend this together, combine this together, you have a much more effective and persuasive balance. Because everybody will share. If you use balance for this guy here, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Five broad things, but before we go on board the effective design of this balance scorecard. Broad. Sung is not here. Sean?
No.
prior to,
I did.
you did?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
last week.
He asked me to remind you.
He called me the other, he called me this week, this past
This
week.
week, but you didn't answer, according to him.
No, I did.
On the fourth day. Well, that was the show, that was the show.
Yeah, that's what I said then.
Oh, Rebecca will not be here. How many of you think you can combine these two? I mean, it's not that difficult. I mean, you can, once we digest all this, you can easily understand this part, and then combine how best was. This is a strategic apex here, and here operating core about middle line manager. 5 principles, translate strategy into operational terms, so that everybody is clear about what to do. One thing you have to do, they don't like abstract terms. They don't understand, they don't react to abstract terms. That is for this guy. When they go to Congress, they talk about this global view. You know, why they keep so much cash in Europe and Asia. They talk about this in very vague and abstract terms, which is their job. If you go to Congress and be specific about how to use your cash, you are in trouble. Shareholders will vote you out right away. That is environmental scale. You know, that's. I know it's very abstract. How abstract it can be, it all depends on corporate culture and all this. So operational term has to be unambiguous. This is ambiguous. Strategy. They will be doing this. How? Align to the strategy. We talk about that. Align organization to the strategy. Make the strategy a continuous process. It's not dichotomy. You have to be continuous. Make a strategy everyone's job. In other words, everyone shares same idea. That's why you need consensus among 5 different components and across the employees. Changes through executive leadership. So, given those discussions, mission and vision, strategic planning and balance scorecard, it goes together, balance scorecard together. Before we compose balance scorecard, we'll see how, well, this includes ABC. Tell me why ABC can be part of this. What are they trying to achieve with ABC? You already know ABC, right? From management accounting, right? ABC. How you connect ABC with strategic planning and balance scorecard? Anyone? You just copying ABC right now, right?
Yes. 2 weeks ago.
What is the ABC?
Like a real, like based on the real input of the operations activity, then you figure the revenue.
Okay, so by implementing ABC, what we are getting rid of? Overhead such as? I can give you 7, 8 different overhead. From conventional warehouse storage to activity-based costing, ABC, you can get rid of 7, 8 major overhead. Activity-based, together with activity-based usually goes with JIT. If you combine these two, it's most powerful. You see, I'm sure you remember the Charlie Chaplin's Modern Times. They say that's the beginning of the ABC. Charlie Chaplin, anyone watch Charlie Chaplin Modern Times? If you didn't, just check it out. Activity-based cost. It is used in hospital a lot, because they charge a lot for the annual, the doctor's hourly wage and nurse hourly wages. So ABC is used in that setting in manufacturing environment. You are eliminating all unnecessary process. Objectives achieve same objective with minimum cost. ABC, activity-based cost. What's the economic value added? EVA. 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 What?
Just did that. When you're moving something along in the process and you're adding value to it, like in manufacturing, like when they take it to the next step, and it's worth more.
Okay.
I don't know how to. I'm not saying it right, but I'm thinking it. It's there.
We can talk more.
Right. It's you know when you start with raw materials and you work, you're adding value to it by when you market it or whatever you do along the process. I don't know, I'm not saying you did at all.
See, in one of the Asian countries, they try to look at the tax revenue resources, and whenever they create economic value in every process, they go after and tax that created economic value. Value added taxes. See, not only when you make a sale, but whenever manufacturing process adds value, they go after that economic value created and tax them. Value added taxes. Forecasting, benchmarking, we all know that. At some point in the past, one of these has been very popular operational terms and was very popular way of managing your operations and market research best practice. Six Sigma. Anyone consider Six Sigma? They have a rank, right? Belt, right? White belt all the way to black belt. Strategy process, statistical process control, re-engineering. See, at one point, everybody say, I am re-engineering myself. We are re-engineering this manufacturing process. Proactive engagement total, TQM, total quality management. Well, idea was the same, idea was similar, but they say total quality management empowerment. See, nowadays, every motivational speaker talks about empowerment, right? Good old days, it's just, oh, well, be nice and obey the law, and then it's not. You have to be proactive. And learning organization, self-directed work team, and change management. All these terms, at one point in time, was very popular way of managing the operations. This is putting everything together into one document. Strategic direction, create environmental changes, strategic direction. I guess here, right? See? You can see right away, right? Communicate strategy, define objective, implement BSC here. Implement BSCs. And balance quality measure performance, improve the process, and evaluate and adjust continuous improvement and redefine loop, or keep going loop and keep improving the process every time you go over this process altogether. So these are a ongoing process to improve your operation through balance scorecard. And another way of looking at same document. So here, focus on business drivers. This is the leading indicator. They say leading indicator because they are driving. Happy employee will increase productivity, increase sales, increase the profit. So So happy employee, satisfactory employee working condition is a business driver, leading indicator. That will lead all everything else down the road. Stress cause effect. Stress cause and effect relationship. We all know from management accounting cause and effect. All the allocation must be based upon cause and effect allocation. Otherwise, you don't have a good cost accounting, right? Here, ABC is leading cause and effect, right? Cause and effect. In other words, the more activities, more cost assigned to it because that creates more activity means more cost associated with that activity. Unite the company use leading and lagging indicators. We'll talk about leading and lagging indicators because this is confusing idea. At least we have to define what are the leading and lagging. We have to use combination of this in 4 different perspectives and business strategy and use metrics for target and performance evaluation. Metrics for target and performance evaluation. So before we go to further, leading and lagging indicator is I am confused once in a while too. Leading and okay, difference between leading and lagging indicators because when you design in 4 different perspectives, financial, learning and growth, and customer and internal processes, these 4 perspectives should include combination of leading and lagging combined. Otherwise, see here, there will be problem. We'll talk about what's the problem with adding only lagging or only leading indicator, not the combination of these 2. Any other performance management system or balance scorecard use combination of leading and lagging. And we know balance scorecard means a combination of leading and lagging, soft, hard, long-term, short-term, internal, external, should include, capital note include performance driver, leading indicator, outcome measure, lagging, outcome. So financial statement, outcome measure, financial statement, how well you did is what? Outcome measure, lagging. So the guideline is here, performance driver, what's driving a good result at the end of the loop. That's the leading. Outcome measure and the outcome, financial statement, such as financial statement, will be a lagging factors. Here, the most important part of leading and lagging, leading and lagging. without leading tells you nothing about how outcome will be achieved. See? If that is the case. A lagging indicator without leading indicator tells you nothing about how outcome will be achieved. Because you are looking at only outcome. Can you have any early warning about being tracked to achieve your expected goal? With nothing but a lagging. Leading indicator without a lagging indicator may enable you to focus on short term, but you will not be able to confirm that the broader organizational outcome. In other words, if you look at the lagging, you can find out short term whether you achieve short term goal or not. But without a leading indicator, you will never find out whether you are achieving your organizational goal overall. See the problem why you need both of them? This is the reason why you need both of leading and lagging indicators for different perspectives. Leading indicator should enable you to take a preemptive action to improve your chances of achieving strategic goals. While we get this customer dissatisfaction, customer dissatisfaction, and that comes from your merchandise. And that goes back to purchase. That goes back to in our case, warehouse. And you look at the overall organization design of any balanced performance analysis such as BSC, cause and effect. See, we talk about cause and effect, chain of goals and strategies. Balanced scorecard is not the first concept that incorporates the cause and effect. We have many cases of using cause and effect in management accounting and other management accounting systems. But the effect chain of goals and strategies. Investing in organizational capability leads to efficient and effective processes which deliver product service that satisfy customers, ultimately lead to profit in the private sector and possible stakeholders and a funders in the public sector. See how they lead this goal by looking at this. It leads efficient and effective processes. We improve purchasing practice. We improve a handling of raw materials. We find out that was the major problem. And then that satisfies customers, ultimately to profit because of the less customer work. Dissatisfaction become rate is reduced, and then product and positively your financing will be much easier in the capital market as well. So let's see how that affects inside and outside of your. Well, this one. This is the typically this contains more a leading indicator, and this is more of a lagging indicator. But you can include some leading indicator here. Combination of this. These are mainly leading, mainly lagging indicators. So when you design each perspective, you have to use combination of these two to make a balance. Here, satisfied, motivated employee is one leading indicator of customer satisfaction. Satisfied, motivated employee is leading indicator of customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction. If you make sure your manufacturing process, you pay attention and you make sure all the manufacturing processes are followed, and you have a solid product out, and customer will satisfy. That's why the leading indicator. High performing processes, well, 6 is high, would be expected to be a leading indicator of cost efficiency. will train your employee, get everyone in that area a Six Sigma level, black belt, and then would be expected to be a leading indicator of cost efficiency. We are talking about 99%, one error out of 1 million manufacturing process, or is 1 million. So the margin for error is really slim, and if you have black belt in Six Sigma. The error rate, level 1 error rate from 100 or 50 is the sequence, and level 6 is the highest manufacturing sophistication, and that is almost error-free, almost. See, cause and effect. If you look at different way, that's why it can be a leading. All this can be leading. But financial can also have a leading indicator. It's not only lagging because they are pointing this way. Okay, 5-year forecast of ROE is 20%. Last 4 years, we have 18%. This year we will have 24%, 25% range. You can design that way in order to achieve that, and you will get the input from 3 different perspectives to achieve 25% ROE, and you can BSC focus on learning and growth, and processes contain leading. We talk about this bottom 2, and external leading indicator combined with finance customer perspective containing largely top 2 boxes, the leading indicators. It's not as easy as, because within each perspective you need usually one combination. In other words, all 4 you need to have combination of these 2. Leading indicator measure more frequently than lagging indicator. That's not true, because complaint we see customer satisfaction every day, both of which described as lagging. See, lagging and result. Complaint, lagging and result. Lagging, you can measure this every day. You can measure process, error rate, error, on-time delivery every day. So leading and lagging is a matter of item, not the matter of description. So leading and lagging equally, you can measure as frequently as they happen. In other words, it's not true that leading indicator will measure more frequently than lagging. Lagging indicator cannot be adjusted until it is too late. It's also not necessarily very helpful. It is if you don't do anything. Previous example here with suggestion that error and delivery performance may be leading indicator, knowing that you have an error rate of 25%, 15% late delivery, it's already too late. In other words, yes, at some point, if you find out this error rate too late, but knowing that this percentage in ex ante, another description, ex ante, leading indicator is, we say ex ante, lagging indicator is ex post. It's much easier this way to understand. Ex ante and ex post. Ex ante, which will happen in the future, ex ante prediction, as opposed to ex post, happen in the past. And this description will be much easier to distinguish between these 2, ex ante as opposed to ex post. Leading indicator often capture level of individual process, leading indicator, individual process. Lagging financial statement, for example, result of changes in number of leading indicators. Well, financial statement and result of the entire operation. As opposed to leading indicator, one individual item of the error rate, process, efficiency. Cycle time, error rate might be leading indicator, error rate, process cycle time, process level, but customer satisfaction is lagging indicator measured at the organization level. In other words, Yeah, error rate reduced, cycle time improved. That's an individual item, leading indicator. But lagging, customer satisfaction is a lagging indicator because this is the one for entire company. I don't like this company product. As opposed to individual item of a leading indicator, like error rate, cycle time. So individual as opposed to aggregate level. That way, we know if you are measuring activities, more likely you are using leading indicator. Another way of doing it is leading activities. Move to the process, into the closer you get the leading indicator of downstream, lagging performances. And if you are measuring aggregate effect, lagging indicator, just like we talked about. Individual as opposed to lagging. Once again, it's more of art than science, and which leading and which lagging indicators are best for your company's future. When you design balance scorecard, you have to make a balance. Which one is most effective way of measuring your leading and lagging indicators? What are you trying to measure? That will drive a combination of leading and lagging indicators. See, for perspective, we talk about financial and customer perspective here, and the learning and growth business processes. Here, a customer perspective, corrective activity. We respond to customer complaint this way. We improve this process. We decrease customer complaint. Developmental activity. Instead of reactive activities, this is a proactive activity. Proactive, reactive, proactive, balancing a compliance with a added value, customer perspective. Financial measures, key performance ratios, can use ROE, ROA, ROI, different ROI, and you can really know tons of ratios here. Financial health can be measured in many different ways. Liquidity, solvency, capital structure, balancing leading with the trailing indicators, ratios, all this. Process, business process is drumming. This is this is where the action is happening. Time, cost, quality, and balancing input and output. Business process. Learning and growth. People measures, and knowledge measures, and balancing soft and hard indicators. People measure, learning and growth. People measure, anyone in your company. People measure, learning and growth, and people measure. What type of people measure would you want to see at your company? Which you already might have. Well, if you don't have, what kind of people measure do you want to suggest to your company? Learning and growth. Do they pay for conference? Training,
Yeah.
professional training, 40 hours, but some firms spending more money to send them to the professional conference to make sure they are up to date. They are doing this proactively. Training. Some firms, mentoring, training. Some firms has this rule. Here, take a measure. Every single member of full-time employee will make at least 70,000.
The guy in Seattle. The guy in Seattle.
Right, that didn't work out well for him. though.
No, he's going out of business.
I forget.
It was a tech firm,
Right, it's,
and he set a minimum wage of $70,000 for all employees.
Oh, the credit card company.
Credit, right.
Or is it credit line?
And
I forget.
they lost within the first couple months 3 of their top people because they were getting the same pay. They were doing the same job that they were doing. They had people who were doing less work than them were now making as much as them. And there was no money left to pay them more commensurate with this.
Equity, right?
So,
See, dysfunctional aspect of this system. In other words, there are many manufacturing companies with, let's say, everyone will make at least 30,000, 40,000 annually. Minimum, every hourly wages, annual salary. Yeah, well, see how tricky it is to implement balance of cost, right? When I'm sure this person will never expect that kind of dysfunctional, unintended consequence. See, how tricky it is to implement a balance of cost. Now, this is simple enough, but graphs is not that accurate because I will draw another graph here, here to here, here to here, or here to here, because everything is connected as we saw from a previous. 5-minute break.